Voting is so important, but we're purposely silenced. I did 6 years in Valley State Prison for women, and while I was inside, I didn't vote. I didn't have, a right to vote. I had no voice. And so since coming home, when I was on parole, I couldn't vote, right? And it was really important. You're being silenced, and you're being told that you don't matter. And, your experience is nothing, and that's not true. That's a form of abuse. I think that my voice needed to be heard at a time when it wasn't, right? As well as many other voices.
Call from
Kenneth Walker. It makes you feel like a non-entity, first and foremost. I mean, you feel completely powerless, not to be able to have even a say of the slightest in who is governing my life, the life of my family, friends, and loved ones, and the laws that they put in place, having zero accountability in that right there. So it's dehumanizing.
I don't think a lot of people know the power that their voice and that their ability to vote has. Being a prisoner has given me and many other prisoners that I know the ability to know the force behind a vote.
What I realized in prison was that my number one emotion I felt was powerlessness. When your voting rights have been taken away from you, you're so aware of what they can do.
When something is taken away from you that has such a significant meaning for not only yourself and your family and your friends and your neighbors and the community at large, for me it was like a hit in the gut.
I end up getting locked up around the time I turned 18, so I've never actually had that experience or that chance to do it myself, and I know how important it is to vote.
To be clear, the system did not take incarcerated people and people on parole's votes away for public safety. There's no evidence that shows that giving incarcerated people the right to vote threatens public safety. In fact, the few studies that have been done have shown the opposite of that.
This whole prison industrial complex is a replica of slavery. Slaves did not have the right to vote, right? And they didn't have the right to vote because they were black. Well, you can't say that in 2018, but you can say that you're not going to vote because you're on parole.
We, as people who are oppressed by state policy, can achieve freedom through voting. I literally have my physical freedom right now because people voted. The only reason why I'm sitting here right now and not in prison is because of Prop 57. Had Prop 57 not passed, I wouldn't have went home until at least March 30th, 2020. Instead, I got to go home on July 16th, 2018, so almost 2 years earlier, because of a proposition that only voters could sign to get on the ballot and only voters could vote yes on. People who are impacted by incarceration are screaming for participation in that system and for civic engagement. So for us to get our right to vote back would be a game changer.
Now, can you imagine if all the folks who are inside of prison and jails and on parole had that opportunity to check that box? Oh, I think the system will look really different. I think it will look really, really different.
I would love to vote on pursuing the true definition of rehabilitation and restorative justice, creating laws and voting in laws that works for people to help build a safer and better California.
I want everyone to feel safe. What is the true solution? I want to vote for rehabilitation.
If I could vote, it would for sure make me feel reconnected, becoming a citizen again, knowing that I will be returning back to society. I just pray that this comes to pass because it's going to affect a lot of lives. And the recidivist rate, I'm certain it will minimize that recidivist rate. I'm certain a lot of individuals going out there feeling a responsibility, a part of this community and a responsibility to their community.
When we give people that civic power to vote, we are allowing people to be part of the solution. And for many people who are directly impacted by incarceration, it's the first time someone has told them, no, you're part of the solution. And it can start with voting, and then it can become, what else can I do in this community to be a part of the solution?
So I think that emotionally and psychologically that the person who has voting rights restored is a person that's more engaged with what's going on in the community.
Voting do matter. It matters for a lot. It can change the whole world, not just California. It can change the whole world. Because there's a lot of stuff that goes on that's really unfair and unjust. And to be able to vote to change that will be a big thing.
Imagine being able to be given the right that was once stripped of you. And then you know it, and you're gonna use it for what it's worth. And that just creates something that's beautiful. That creates something that's limitless.
It's like butterflies when you go into that voting booth, because now you know that not only are you exercising your right, but you are changing the course of history by saying what you think.
Restoring voting rights means so much to so many people, for not only the person whose rights are being restored, but for generations to come. And I can't wait to see that day. It's coming.